The 2020 presidential election is now just 643 days away, which is super close. You realize that's barely enough time to have 2 babies, or 3 really unhealthy babies. And because the election is so close, people are starting to ask, will anyone dare to challenge President Trump for the Republican nomination? And today, former Senator Jeff Flake boldly stood up and pulled his hat out of the ring.
Before we start, I want to find out if you want anybody to call you president. You thought about running in 2020? Are you going to run?
I've always said that I do hope that there is a Republican who challenges the president in the primary. I still hope that somebody does, but that somebody won't be me.
We need someone to fight Trump, but it's not gonna be me. You know what I love about Jeff Flake, right? Is that he always gives the inspiring speech, but then he never goes on to do the inspiring thing. Like, I feel like if he was around during the Old Testament, when the giant Goliath walked out, he would have been like, he may be a giant on the outside, but I now see we need someone who's a giant on the inside. And I don't know if you guys have seen that kid Dave, like, with the slingshot. He's, like, really good. He hit a sheep one time and, like, totally fell down. He should fight. Like, he should fight. Not me. That's crazy. Not me. So once again, Jeff Flake is not going to stand up to Donald Trump. So for now, the only choice is the Democrats. But unfortunately, we already have the first Democrats to drop out of the race. Yeah, West Virginia State Senator Richard Ojeda. And I know what you're thinking. No, not Richard Ojeda. And also, who is Richard Ojeda? Well, if you didn't know before, don't worry about it, because he's already done. You know, to be honest, I don't even understand how you can burn out this quickly. Like, the campaign barely started, and he's already out. He's like those cha-cha-dach assholes at the Olympics. You know those guys who sprint on lap 2, and then by lap 5, they just go lie down on the grass. Like, that's not how you win a marathon. Just ask the Kenyan. Come on, people, you gotta pace yourself. You gotta pace yourself. But the big news in the Democratic race isn't even coming from a Democrat right now. No, it's coming from the Starbucks tycoon and CEO who promises that RoboCop is safe, Howard Schultz. Right now, his potential run as an independent candidate is making the Democrats shit themselves, which usually only happens after you drink his coffee. You see, because Schultz, he has policies that are basically liberal. So there's a good chance that he could end up taking up votes that the Democrats need. And don't forget, in 2016, the Democrats only lost the Electoral College by 78,000 votes. So every vote counts. So a Schultz candidacy could swing the election to Trump, which is why when he showed up at an event in New York City, someone in the crowd let him know how most people feel.
This morning, Starbucks tycoon Howard Schultz is getting roasted after announcing he's seriously considering running for president as an independent. Heckled during a Q&A session in New York City Monday night.
Don't help elect Trump, you egotistical billionaire.
Oh, wow. You egotistical billionaire asshole? That's really harsh. I mean, not for New York. That's just how we greet each other here. It's just, yeah, for everywhere else. But here, it's just like, hey, asshole, congrats on your new puppy. Thanks, he's a blessing, you prick. So Democratic leaders don't want Schultz entering the race. It doesn't seem like Democratic voters want Schultz entering the race. But there is one person who definitely wants him in. The make-believe billionaire in the White House.
The president himself is taunting the potential third-party challenger, tweeting, Howard Schultz doesn't have the guts to run for president. Watched him on 60 Minutes last night, and I agree with him that he is not the smartest person.
Overnight, President Trump told the crowd at a fundraiser at the Trump Hotel here that he was trying to get Howard Schultz into the race with his earlier tweet because the president thinks it will help him. That's according to the New York Times.
Trump is so smooth, man. Huh? Tries reverse psychology on Howard Schultz and then tells everyone he's doing reverse psychology. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him he shouldn't run, folks, but it's only a trick to get him in the race. It's like psychology, but in reverse. I'm thinking of calling it upside down magic talk.